Hey guys, Ryan the Nerd here, and we are back again with another tier list video. Sorry that the Transformers 1 review is taking a little bit longer than expected. It's in the editing phase right now, but instead of making you guys wait until whenever it's finally done and ready to be uploaded, I decided why not to do another tier list video, just try to kind of fill out the, the schedule, upload schedule. So we are actually going to be taking a look at a film studio that I have actually not talked about on this channel before, which is Laika Studios. And Laika is probably one of my favorite animation studios of all time, alongside DreamWorks and Pixar, which I've talked a bazillion times on this channel already. And I've made separate dedicated tier list videos for those, so if you want to go check this out, go check those out, whatever. But the reason why I love Laika alongside Pixar and DreamWorks is because I'm a big fan of stop motion. Thanks to Laika, I would have never gone into stop motion. I never would have made my own stop motion films. I never even would have considered, even posing my figures to make a short story or anything like that. So obviously got to give a massive shout out to a multi-billion-dollar company. So thank you, Laika, for inspiring me to this day. So this is going to be a very short video, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. And this is probably the shortest tier list video I'm ever going to be doing on this channel, because they only have 5 films in their film catalog so far. And so yeah, let's just take a look at the tiers before we get into the actual ranking here. Obviously, we got God tier, amazing, all right, bad, and garbage in all caps. Got to emphasize the garbage here. And spoiler alert, there are going to be no films in the bad or garbage tier. I just got to put them on there just in case. If somebody in the comments says that this film belongs in the bad or garbage tier, and if you are typing that right now, I want you to stop for a second, because you're wrong, because your opinion does not matter to this video, okay? This is the right way to rank Laika films. So everything that you say that isn't, arguing against this video, you're wrong. So just stop right now. So, but anyway, let's just get, I don't know why I said before, let's just get right into the ranking, shall we? So we have Coraline here. Obviously, this film is a banger left, right, and center. Without this movie, Laika would not exist. This is their debut film, and taking a really not well-known book and making it into a full-length stop-motion film directed by the same guy who made Nightmare Before Christmas was a brilliant choice to debut their studio. It sent them into the spotlight. It sent Coraline and Laika Studios as a household name, and amazing. I mean, even though that it did take the spotlight from 9, but I digress. Everything about this film is amazing, from the atmosphere, for how well it was animated and how painstakingly long it took them to animate. Everything about this looks absolutely amazing, from the set pieces to the atmosphere, to how well they portrayed the book in this movie. I mean, technically the book is a little bit grimmer for obvious reasons. They had to tone that down, but it still got a lot of children, not like me, because I'm a big, brave boy who watched this film constantly and never got creeped out. I was just intrigued most of the time. But this gave little whiny babies nightmares, which is absolutely amazing. So, and it probably turned childhood trauma into childhood love, honestly, because a lot of people got traumatized by this movie, not including me, and absolutely adored this film, which, props for you guys getting absolutely scared, but I just like to say that I'm better than you for not getting scared. But anyway, just, taking the aspects of the book and, not completely disrespecting it and putting it into a film was absolutely a fantastic choice. I mean, there obviously were some differences that had to be made, like YB being in the movie because he wasn't actually in the original book. They just put him in there for, Coraline to hang out with somebody around her own age instead of hanging out with, a child-eating demon and big-titted acrobats. Like, that's kind of weird, right? So obviously we got to have somebody in there for the age demographic to kind of relate to. So yeah, everything about this movie is absolutely amazing. Well, not really amazing because I didn't put it in the amazing, but you get the point. ParaNorman, just gonna scratch that, one of the most, underrated Laika films ever. I mean, technically all these films are kind of shadowed in between Coraline and, everything else. So Obviously, ParaNorman, it doesn't really have much of a fan base, which is kind of disappointing because this is actually such a good movie. It's so good. The concept of it is so well done. Obviously, on the surface level, it's just zombies coming back to life. But once you dig a little bit deeper, it's that the zombies want redemption, which you don't really see that all that often. And they're cursed, too. They're not just zombies coming back from the dead. They're actually cursed by what they did in their past, and they're trying to redeem themselves for that because they see how wrong it is. And, you know, there's some dark aspects in this movie. I mean, like, a child being convicted of witchcraft because she had powers, and that they killed her, they executed her, because they were scared. Classic Pilgrims, am I right? Just, you know, anything that has to deal with women, they don't like. No women. Evil witch, am I right? So, obviously, they took a really, you know, creative direction with this film, which we haven't really seen with anything zombie related. Usually zombies come back from the dead or they're unexplained, and then they just kill people and they don't have... They're just the monster for the characters to avoid. But in here, they're monsters that the characters have to avoid, but they also have character and personality integrated with them, and that's absolutely amazing. The side characters as well, very, very likable. I like every single side character. I like, my lord, what's his name? Oh my god, is his name Milton? Oh my god, I think his name is Milton. Absolutely amazing character. I love that man. Courtney, I mean, she's just hot, so I actually have to, you know, mention her at some point. But Norman is such a good protagonist, along with Coraline. They're both equally relatable, and that's why I just love this movie so much. And that's why it's going in the amazing tier. The reason why it's not going in God tier is because, I don't know. I gotta split it up somehow. I don't know what you want from me. This is my ranking, right? This is the right way to rank, so you can't say anything. So, take what you will and shove it up your ass or something. I don't know. Box Trolls. Box Trolls is one of those films that I actually don't remember much about. All I remember is the bad guy being allergic to cheese and he goddamn combusts. That's all I remember from this film. Other than that, I don't remember anything. What I do remember is that it was being a pretty alright movie. I mean, if I go back and rewatch it, I'll probably have a different opinion about it, but this is the present here. I can't really, you know, go in the future and come back at all. So it's going to go in the alt-right tier because I just don't really remember everything about it. But what I do remember is that it's been, you know, a pretty generic alt-right movie. Kubo and the Two Strings. Here we go. This is amazing. Obviously, it's going to go in low God tier because Coraline is just that good. But Kubo is also a very close second. Everything about this movie is amazing. From the creativity of this movie, from, you know, the... Just everything about it. It's also extremely well done, like storytelling. You wouldn't think, like, if you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about, but it can be a little bit confusing at sometimes, but it does such a good job at explaining it that you really get the point, especially children. I don't remember when this movie came out, but I was pretty young when I saw it, and I still got the point of, you know, how, you know, Monkey and, you know, Beetle are Kubo's parents, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen this movie, please go watch it. I don't care what you do. Pirate it, buy it off Amazon. I don't care what you do, but you need to see this movie. Everything about this movie is great. But like I was saying, just it does a very good job of storytelling in not a way that's too confusing. It doesn't make sense, but everybody can get it. From, you know, stupid brain rot children to gooner-filled adults can get this movie. So everything about this movie is fantastic. From the music to the designs of the characters. I love the designs of the characters, especially the Moon King. I love his design, especially when he turns into the, you know, prehistoric, you know, fish-looking demon thing. I love it. It's so cool. And like everything, it's so well animated, stop motion, just everything about crisp, God tier, obviously. The Missing Link. This one is actually going to go in high all-right tier because I actually remember a lot more about this movie than I do Box Trolls. What I remember from it is that it's been an alright movie, obviously, but if I, you know, rewatch it, I'll probably, you know, enjoy it a lot more, probably. But the reason why I remember this movie, sort of, is because Bigfoot is in it. The main character is literally Bigfoot. His name is Susan. He's adorable. I love him. He's amazing. And he's just a Bigfoot, and I'm a big Bigfoot believer, and if you say otherwise, you're wrong. But everything about this movie is all right. I like Hugh Jackman being in it. Obviously, the animation is really cool, and having the idea of Bigfoot trying to, Susan, sorry, trying to find his kind and try to be welcoming. And the fact is that they don't want him, which is really weird because they go to the Yetis, right? And he's like, I want to be apart with you. I want to be apart with my kind. And they're like, we don't want you here. Which normally other kids' movies would be like, yeah, come on in, bro. Welcome. We're going to pat on the back and stuff like that. Here, they just say, we don't want you. Get the hell out of here. What? You're brown? Ew. We don't like brown. We're white. That's so bad. I'm not being racist. That's basically what it is in the film. I'm not being racist. To blame the filmmakers for being a racist and having a racist plotline. Anyway, yeah, they basically don't want him in, but, it's a really cool, kind of twist on this whole kind of trying to find my kind kind of storyline, which we've seen a billion times, but they kind of put a different twist on it, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, it's going to go in the high all right tier. Well, this is it, guys. This is the right way to rank Laika films, and this may be a short video, but hopefully it entertains you guys until I can upload and finish editing the Transformers 1 review, so stay tuned for that. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do because what time it is. I can't believe I forgot my own goddamn outro. What the hell? Alright. Bye, guys.